Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're in it for the long haul, because today we're playing Mono Black Pestilence. Hey guys, welcome back. Don't forget to get this video on 2x speed, but also just, get the popcorn, because this is going to be a long one. We are playing Mono Black Pestilence, a deck that I have played previously. I have played the Gatekeeper, the guy with Pro Black before. But ultimately, I decided against it, but we're trying some new cards. We're trying 4 Nutrient Blocks here, which is a 1 mana food that is indestructible. Not that that really matters, but then when it dies, it has the Chromatic Star effect. When it dies, you can draw a card. Works really well with Cauldron Familiar. So you get to sacrifice it and draw a card, unlike Candy Trail, which sort of works a bit awkwardly. And then we're playing 2 Sweet Tooth Witches as a way to sort of like win con speed the game up, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But main thing is we're playing 4 Temporal Interventions, which is another sweet card we've tried. Want to try and make it work in this deck. We're playing also Instant Ramen, card that probably hasn't seen much play, especially given how hyped it was. But it's a food here that sort of seems pretty good here, right? We have 12 foods to sort of make this work. I did try and do like a green, black, white version, which is here. To play Heaped Harvest and Candy Trail and Carrot Cake, but I couldn't. I can't really get it to work properly, but it is what it is. Anyways, essentially what we're trying to do is we're playing Bajuka Bog and then literally all swamps, and then from that we're literally just looking at casting all our spells, our Lembuses, our Instant Ramens, our Nutrient Blocks, our Cauldron Familiars, and then we're going to use Eviscerator's Insight and Fanatical Offering to draw cards, gain card advantage, kill our opponent's creatures with Defile and Cast Down, and then also obliterate their hand with Temporal Intervention, and then sort of control the board with Pestilence and Cauldron Familiar, and essentially just look at trying to make sure that the Pestilence stays on board and we have this board wipe, and then this is also our win con. Right, this and Cauldron Familiar and Pestilence is our win con, which basically makes our opponent get drained for 1, 2, I guess, if you keep looping with Cauldron Familiar, and then sort of going from there, right? And then we have Lembas, is obviously great because it shuffles in, so you get like reuse sort of food. Sweet Tooth Witches obviously makes food as well. Not that it's that relevant, right? But and yeah, that's kind of basically the deck. It's very long-winded. It's very much like Gardens in that sense, but it doesn't have the initiative as a clock. It uses Pestilence. Moving on to the sideboard here, as you can see, we're playing 3 Duresses, which is 3 more hand disruption spells if we need to. We're playing 2 Last Rites for High Tide. So we've got 5 total hand disruption if we need to for those sort of decks. 4 Drowning Sorrows, just because 3 Pestilence isn't enough. Elves and other go-wide strategies like Rally Red can be a problem. And then we're playing 3 Fairy Macabres for Spy, but also good against Dredge, which is pretty popular right now. And then 3 Campfires as well for life gain. Fairly self-explanatory stuff. We're just going to try and rock some Mono Black and see how we get on. Do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Greatest way to support me, of course. And I will see you guys for round number 1. Hey guys, welcome back here to round number 1. We are against Tart. And let's give him a hey, good luck. Have fun. We can't keep this as a no-lander. This is a 1-lander. Ay, ay, ay. Caramba. On the play, I think we just have to go 5, right? Sounds much better. We probably just want to bottom Pestilence and the Bog. And then from there, we can just sort of regain something. Don't be... Okay, it's Fairies, which makes sense. Tart's the big fairy lover. Nice island. I'm going to take the advantage where I can. Cauldron Familiar is pretty good here. And we have Instant Ramen 2, which then can follow up with into Pestilence. 1 mana ninja. So this makes me think most likely mono blue, as opposed to like blue black and such. Play Fairies here out. You got it. cast down, huh? So I actually think I'm going to play Cauldron Familiar here. And do I just cast down this now? Because then this can keep this in check. Harry Strix, sure. Attack. I wonder if they're gonna ninja. Ninja the ninja. Yeah, they are. And 2-mana ninja as well. Sure. Whap. So I've resolved a pestilence. Gonna draw some cards? Sure. Yep, so they have a ninja. I'm gonna block this one. Nutrient Block, huh? So let's start with the Nutrient Block, see what to do. I feel like they're kind of tempted into... Oh, no. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I wonder if they're going to draw and discard here. Whee! Okay, so we've got the Ramen in play, we've got a Nutrient Block and a Pestilence. We did this in end step as well. Well, we did it more in response to the Strix, but we also have 2 ways of obviously returning this Cauldron Familiar. It gets a bit awkward if they go to pass the turn to kill this Pestilence though. So then we are forced to Cauldron Familiar and hope that they don't have a snap. Drain you for 1. They didn't have a snap. Huh. So I'm not going to attack because they'll have a Brine Barrow, right? So that's kind of pointless. Do I want to play this Sweet Tooth Witch? I feel like I don't. I just want to pass the turn with this thing in play. Yep. I feel like do I want to eviscerate his insight here? I feel like the answer is no. Do I want to play a Sweet Tooth Witch? Probably. Let's try that. It gives us another food. We could just have a hard counterspell here. It also means I can ping for 1 every turn. Do I attack with this Cauldron Familiar? I don't think so. Gonna pass the turn again. Spell Stutter, huh? They do have... No, they don't have a... Do I want to pop this for 1? I think so. If they're gonna snap, that's fine. Nope. And play another. Yep. Okay. Let's go for this again. Okay. 2 spell stutters down as well, which is good to know. Sure. They're free to play whatever fairies they want this turn, right? Because I can't activate without losing my Sweet Tooth Witch. Sweet Tooth Witch. Sure. I don't need to use these foods until the Sweet Tooth Witch is answered right. So I'm going to play Nutrient Block here because they can't spell stutter in response. Because I can just wipe the board. Yep, so they have to hard counter it. Makes sense. And then I do this in end step. Just because. I would like to get 3 more damage in, but I don't think I'm going to get there. That's fine. What are we on? 8. 8 mana here. Spell stutter number 3, sure. Let's do the same again. This is why I was so fixated on making sure that when they tapped out, we had the Pestilence on 4 there. Was just because it's so incredibly difficult for them to beat a resolved Pestilence. Especially with a Cauldron Familiar in play. Because they're like they're enticed to like, right, okay, I've got to counter every single bit of food you play that stops the Cauldron Familiar coming back and all sorts of stuff like that. Okay. Because we only have to break the parity, right? So we're currently losing the life race, but we don't actually care. Draw. Cauldron Familiar number 2. So again, I don't think I need to play this. And then end of turn here, I'm going to Pestilence for 1. Basically, I'm doing this end of turn so that they can't react to this Sweet Tooth Witch to kill my Pestilence. I'm minimizing as many opportunities for them to kill the Pestilence as possible, really, is the idea. Yeah. Cool. Pestilence OP against Fairies, basically. And then we want 4 drowns here. And I kind of think that's it, right? We actually could play Fairy Macabre. I know this sounds pretty crazy. We could play Fairy Macabre, but basically playing it as a 2/2 flyer. Because it literally just stonewalls all Fairies. So I'm not really against that as an option, to be honest. But I do think we probably just do a nice swap for Intervention into Drown. And I think we just have to kind of work our way through all the counter stuff. But that wasn't bad from Alt 5. It just shows the power of Pestilence against stuff like Fairies. This seems fine. We have turn 1 Familiar into Ramen, into Pestilence on 3. Play Fairy, no Fairy. Cast down, huh? Let's play Cat. Cat is in play. Brian Barrow is also in play. Do we block? That's the question. Do we block to stop them ninjaing? Yes. Do you play land? You have the land. You play Miscreant. You play an Overmind. Well, that's pretty gross. Pretty gross! I'm going to play Ramen now, as opposed to in their turn while they're tapped out. Which seems much better. I am not too fussed about blocking here. Because I want to have access to Insight, right? Sure. Ugh. Ugh. Not good. Ooh, no ninja. Drown on 3 is pretty good. Do you think they have Spell Pierce? Or do they think they're holding up a null? Let's find out. Good Spell Pierce. Ho ho! Let's go! We don't want a 5th land. Let's go, baby! Got another 1-drop. No one drop. Jeez. Sheesh. Strix? Sure. No, my food. You've tapped my pot of noodles. What will we do? Okay. Okay. Mine. Are you going to activate? Let's see. No activation. Do we cast down this in upkeep? Let's try and force them to like interact so they have to stop ninjaing. Dispel. Okay. What do I want to do here? They're attacking. Are they ninjaing? They're not ninjaing. I'm gonna try and cast down again. Yep. 3 cards in hand. Do we do this now? I guess we can utilize the mana, the 3 mana. So I think we do. Can't spell for this. Yep. So they've used 2 hard counters, as in hard counter spells. We have nothing on board. They've got 2 cards. Most likely one's in a null. They probably had a null dispel, which sort of like had them almost on. Like everything in check. Ninja? Ninja be pretty brutal here. Ay, ay, ay. Yep. Harrier, tap down land, sure. 2 cards. Lembas, huh? So I'm gonna lead on Lembas, see if they bite on an null. Because you have 1 card in hand. So they might actually bite on this. No. Interesting. Interesting. Insight seems fine. Keep this. Pestilence. Have you gotten a null? Draw a card, discard a card, sure. So we managed to resolve this, which is obviously great. And we have a food in play for a Cauldron Familiar here, but we probably just have to take this hit. And then we're going to have to probably clear the board next turn. They probably won't commit anything else. Yeah, makes sense. And then we will pass the turn. Another food would be good here. Nice. But now we have Pestilence in play. They kind of have to, yeah, resolve as, counter as many foods that we have as possible. Do I want to pop this for 2? Or do I just want to pop? I think I'll pop it for 2. Yeah, I'd pop it for 2. So pop it for 2 in the end step. And then we're gonna Cauldron Familiar, the Lembus. Lembus shuffles in. This returns to the battlefield. Triggers. Move to end step. Pass. 1, 2, 3. Sweet Tooth, which was an incredibly good draw here. Because again, it means we can just activate for 1 to kill all the fairies. All that sort of good stuff. Sweet Tooth, which was an incredibly good draw, to be honest. Am I supposed to insight this? Probably not, right? I'll probably just wait. Again, me just waiting, because we're so close in life as well, means they can't just, like, they can't just sit here, we can just sit here, they can't just sit here, if you know what I mean. Because we can just get to activate for 1 every turn. I probably should just start activating, to be honest. And then insight the... So let's... Fanatical Offering this. Another cat. Let's insight the map token as well. More food. Nice. So we have 5 cards in hand. And then we can just start activating for 1. Which works out quite nicely again with everything going on. With our current situation, let's say. The File is also a good draw. Let's play a Lembus. You got a null? Yep. 4 cards in hand for our opponent. I don't want to attack, so don't expose it to Brine Barrow where I don't need to. Do I want to play the cat? Yes. Play a cat. This can get spell stuttered, but not at the same time. You lose 1, we gain 1. We're now on 12. We're on parity here. And then we'll pass the turn. Resolving a Pestle against Fairies is just incredibly strong, right? It's absolutely nuts. Yep. Double bottom, huh? So I'm just going to... Do I just pop this? Or do I just play Ramen? I think we carry on going. Carry on popping for 1. Play Ramen here. Yep. Let's go! 1-0. See you guys for round number 2. Hey guys, welcome back here to round number 2. This hand seems sort of okay, right? But it's a bit of a nothingness hand. It doesn't really do much. We'll probably need a draw spell here, or a cat, or something, or I don't know, something along them lines. Obviously with Intervention, it's not really a rapid sort of, where you can sack. Mono black sack. Yep. Again, another good matchup for Pestilence, right? Which is pretty sweet. So we need to just get that resolving as quick as possible here. Mortician Beetle. We have removal as well for these problematic cards like Mortician Beetle and whatever the hell it's called. Carrion Feeder and stuff. We have the File. We have a cat here is actually not the worst. Do we draw it though? I mean, we might as well. So we'll probably just need to find some cast downs for this, because this is probably going to be big by the time this Pestilence comes down. Yep. Speaking of other problematic cards. 2 cards in hand for our opponent. A Defile will be good. Nice. Nice. So let's play this. Play a cat. And then pass. So I want to answer the Bloodthorn Vampire here. We could have targeted then and then try and Temporal Intervention, right? Is another thing we could have done there. Don't know how good that is. Reckoner target, I think. Do we wait for the target and then just defile the Shambler here? Which is what's going to happen, right? They're going to target the Shambler. We get defile this. They get to sack it for 1. They have to sack it, right? Otherwise, they get no token. Do they have stamina for the Beckoner? It's pretty good going if they do. No, they have village rights for it. Okay. That works out, but it means that the nested, not the nested Shambler, the Bloodthorn doesn't do much. I wonder if they draw a land here. On turn 4. So they could easily just draw a land and have a stamina for this. Shambling Ghast, are they gonna sack it to make a dude or something? They attack with this. I mean, I'm definitely gonna block here. Try and mitigate some damage. So this is gone. They have 2. They have a 3. This goes. They can technically sack the whole board. But again, I don't think that's wise for them. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's just snap a Pestilence off here. I think. Seems really good. I don't really think I want to Cauldron Familiar Intervention, really, when I can just slam a Pestilence and then do all that next turn. Because they now have to answer Pestilence, which they can't do. And I can basically try and get above this. Mesfiend, sure. Yeah, sack it. So we lose a card forever. Take your pick. Doesn't give them any card advantage though. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. What they take here. If their card in hand's good, it's Intervention. If not, it's probably one of these two. I'm assuming Offering. Yep. Yep. Three, 7, 8. Sure. I don't think they can kill us here, right? 5. But they're getting us quite low that we can't activate Pestilence that much. Which is interesting. Have I miscounted this? 7, 13, 50. Yeah, I've miscounted it. Oops. Ah, but we're not dead though. Are we? Maybe. Have I miscounted this? 7, 9, 16? Yeah, I've miscounted this. Oh, what an absolute divvy. What a knob. You need to double check these things when you... I don't think Temporal Intervention is very good again in this sort of matchup. What an absolute prick I am. Just throwing away the game there. If I just brought the familiar back there to block, so it would have been fine, right? Just block the blood throwing vampire. No, that's annoying. Oh well. All good, all good, all good. Keep this. We're just going for the draw plan. Our opponent is multi 6 here. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. Dun it, dun it, dun it. And our opponent is finally here. What we on? A Nezumi Link Breaker. Got it. Do we just want food? I mean, I guess it's fine. It doesn't do much. Attack! Nope. I don't know if you can see or hear the rain, but Jesus. Sheesh. Sure. Yep. Sack it, put a counter on. Fair. I guess they're trying to get it above drown range, right? We may as well play this out, right? In case they have Unearth. So we're just gonna Offering. We're gonna Cauldron Familiar and then Offering, right? Just gonna do some blocking for days. Block, 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 block. Spell bomb, huh? Sure. Doesn't change anything really. Block. They have 3 cards. Sure. Nope. Not falling for that one. And then they're passing the turn, huh? Cast down. Cast down's a pretty good one. So, do we want to go ramen and hold up cast down? Yeah, I think that's probably best. I can lose a Lembus here by baiting with the thing and then play a ramen and then sack the ramen. I think that's probably best, right? I kind of want to bait the spell bomb. Village rights, your guy. Sure. see what to do here. 3 lands. Infestation Sage. You got it. We were supposed to cast down before then. Stops the Mortician Beetle getting massive. But then I'm probably going to target the Mortician Beetle anyways, right? It's a really awkward one to fight one-to-one removal with obviously Feeder and Mortician Beetle, right? You have loads of it. So I guess I'll lose this Lembas, right? And that's fine. They're gonna Spell Bomb. We'll see if you pay the black. You do. Okay. Ramano. Draw a card. Drown, huh? Sack the ramen. Cat is back. Eggs out the graveyard. Nothing to shuffle. Nothing to return. Kill this. Show me what you're gonna do. Supernatural Stamina? No, Village Rates. Okay, that's fine. So then we'll block this 5. Blocking this 5. And we kind of just want to leave... we need to find a kill spell for that as well. That's a Defile. Not quite a kill spell for it, but not far off. Well, we could go Drown plus Defile, right? I think I just want to play Lembas though. Sweet Tooth Witch. Let's bottom that. There's another land, which is good. And then we can have Ramen if we need to, Defile if we need to. Insight also if we need to. Our options are very much open. Another Feeder. Sure. Shambalambala. 1, 2. So I'm just going to Defile this. Which is pretty awkward, right? Because I don't want to Defile this. But this just stops a lot of sack shenanigans. They've drew quite well though so far. Sack itself, put a counter on that, sure. Shuffle in, shuffle in, shuffle in. I'm gonna block and draw some cards. Give me a cast down. Nope, that's 2 lands. Pestilence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can make it so they don't get a Shambler token, which is fine. 5. So if I go 4 for Pestilence, and then pass the turn, and then we'll use Ramen and Cauldron Familiar, right, to block, and then we'll kill the board. Ramane, Ramane, give me food. Block here. Another Pestilence, huh? Another Pestilence is pretty good. We need another food though, that's a problem. So they're going to attack. Pop this. For 1. They're deaded. Bring these back. These things trigger. I misplayed there. I've misplayed. Basically what I should have done is I should have let the triggers on the stack, let them stack them how they wanted them to stack, let one of them resolve. Actually, I probably could have left both of them resolve. If I leave both of them to resolve, I leave a guy in play. No, I don't let both of them. Yeah, I basically let them die. The triggers on the stack. In response to that, use all my mana, kill the big beetle. 2/1/1s coming to play. That was a mistake on my part. I need a food here. Nope. Okay. Like, we're sort of okay, right? We have an insight. They've got 4 cards in hand. They could just start playing a 4/5 here. Link Breaker, sure. Shambler, sure. Like, I don't think I'm particularly worried. Cast down Cauldron Familiar, huh? We're on 9, they're on 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all I really need to do is have it around for a turn. With their 2 cards in hand, I think I just pop this twice, right? And then that's just sort of golden here. So I have a cat. They're on 5. Dark Ritual. So they're playing Weber's list. Dark Ritual. Into concede. Yeah. Cool. I misplayed, but it didn't matter. Nice. It was lucky for me. Very lucky. Yeah, that was a misplay. That was obviously lack of playing Pestilence for a while. I should have let them both resolve, so then that... not let them both resolve, so that we can actually get going. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet interaction, though, to be fair. Shambalamba. All the Pestilence. I guess I want Cat first. Cat first, then Lembus. Then Block plus Offering. Feeder and Mortician. I wonder if they've got a Stamina. No attacks. Good for us. Drown, also good for us. We need a Lembus, try and find a land though. Another cat is not a land. That's also not a land. Okay. Are we going to lose this because we don't find a 3rd land? That'd be pretty annoying. Mortician, Feeder. Ugh. Sack. Do we force the situation here? Yep. Need an answer for this. You gonna sack it to make it a 3? Yep. Makes sense. Land. Ramen, huh? Oh no. So we want to go offering here on this. Bring it back. Yeah. It's pretty unfortunate. I guess also that's also unfortunate. Land. Right, we have a cast down at least. Let's play Nuitrient Block. And then I'm kind of struggling what we're going to have to do here. Hopefully they don't have another creature. Another 1-1. Like a 1-1 that sacks and has some stuff. Another Mortician Beetle. A Spell Bomb, huh? So let's bring this back while we can. Draw a card. Another Ramen. I would like another land, to be honest, but you can only take what you can take. I need another land here, really. Um, 4, 8, 12. This is really annoying. So I now kind of need to go Ramen into it land. Because I need to have a second one up to be able to block with the familiar. So I need another land here. Right, so we hit the land. That's pretty good. They've got 2 cards in hand. How are we going to get past all these Mortician Beetles is probably just food, right? Like food block, but cast with warp, where's that going? On the 1-1 Mortician Beetle? Just cast this. So then it does nothing, really. If we kill this now, it does nothing. Effectively, right? It gives one of them +2 per soul, but we block it. But they'll probably give this +2 per soul. Let me take 8. I don't like that. But we gotta do what we gotta do. They sack itself. Trigger this. Trigger this. Sure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that? So yeah, I put this on the 2/2, right? Yeah. Yeah, our removal basically made it so they got 2. These got 2 big too quickly. We're taking 9 here to 4. This guy dies. I guess also I shouldn't have sacked it. I guess it doesn't really matter right now, right? But so if we drown, we can drown, kill this, and then kill this, but then we die because we don't have enough mana, right? Because we go Cauldron Familiar on this. The mana situation is really annoying. Double Pestilence, double Insight against an aggro stat is probably not where we want to be. Like, I don't even have enough mana to sack this either. If I was to go drown plus defile, I don't have mana to gain a life here. So, what exactly? I can insight the map token to try and find a land. And then I can then play Ramen and Defile. Does that do anything? If I find a land, I can Defile 1. Which is good. Right? So what would be probably the perfect draw here is Swamp Defile. So let's try and hit that. Then we can kill both of these big ones. None of these are lands. These are more food. So now do we die? I have to try and find a swamp here off a Lembus. So let's play this. Try and find a swamp off a Lembus. This basically means I can block. Block and take 2. What a tough situation this is. If we can get over this hump, we're probably okay, but it's getting over this hump. If we don't find a swamp here, we are just dead. Or we find a swamp. Let's play this swamp. And then we have to defile now. Okay. I'm going to hope that in their 2 cards there's no other creatures, right? Because that gets a bit awkward then. Oh. Just die to this thing? Oh, that's so annoying. So annoying. They found the 1 of right to consumption just to get us. That sacrifice on the Eviscerator's Insight is what put us in this position. Right? If I didn't sack my own Cauldron Familiar to the Insight, it'd have been a 4-4. I'd have been able to get a life. I took 3 less damage over the turns. Yeah, so that cost me, to be fair. I just played badly. That's 2 games in a row that I misplayed. One of them didn't matter, one of them did. Oh well. See you guys for the next one. Hey guys, welcome back into round number 3. We are on the draw. This hand seems fine. Nutrient Block into Insight is good. Solid start. Our opponent Molax has said, hey, good luck Teasdale, and hello to you too. All the black sack this leg. So, do we follow this up with Insight on the Nutrient Block here, or do we play Bog? I feel like we play Bog and Cat. Be interesting to see how this game differs to the other one. Yep, so we take 1 here. Another Nutrient Block. So we're going to play a Familiar here. Back to 20, and then we'll play a Bog. Need to be careful, obviously, of Mortician, Beetle, swinging. So we'll block here. Are they going to let it go, or like sack the other Blood Throne Vampire? That's good for us. Okay, so it's past the turn. Another Nutrient Block. So we'll play 1 of them. Then we'll play this, and then we will pass. Interesting to see what they do here. So we're going to have to probably... Don't play Mortician Beetle, please. Ugh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And that's in case we draw a Defile or a Cast Down. We draw a Sweet to it. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to put it on the link breaker, I'm assuming, here. Yep. Cool. I'm going to see if they're going to sacrifice something. They do. Okay. So we've got some more food. We can actually play a Pestilence out here. They'll probably sack this now because it's free value at this point, right? Yep. Okay. Okay, we're on what, 17? I'm okay with all of that. They're still stuck on 2 cards. Do I just jam a Lembas here? Not a Lembas, a Pestilence, sorry. I feel like I can, right? Just jam Pestilence, call it a day. If they want to sack their entire board to kill my Pestilence, that is okay with me. And I can still have a Cauldron Familiar here. 1. Yes. Sure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we take this, go to 10. If they want to make us go to 10, they do not. Yep. Okay. Land drop. Nice. 1, 2, 3. I'm just debating if I can play this Nuitrient Block or not. I don't think I need to, right? I just got end step here. Activate Pestilence. See what they do. They sack the token. Activate Pestilence. You will be left with nothing. I promise. Supernatural stamina, eh? Do I care? Because right now I feel like I don't. Sure. So this goes off. Or you're gonna sack it? Stack Wars! Okay. So when this creature dies, it comes back tapped. Kills the stuff. This comes back. This comes back. And then the pass. We get to follow this up with a ramen as well, which is pretty good. So they're going to go to second main here. We're going to Cauldron Familiar the Nuitrient Block. Draw a card. Hit it back. Pass to the end step. Ramen. Nice. Draw. Land. Also nice. Lembas. Land is also good. Lembas. Land is also good. And Nuitrient Block. And attack. So now we've built up a lot of food here for this cauldron video. So it sort of worked out nicely. Put something in my eye. And don't say my eyeball. So Drowning Sorrow gone. In, Temporal Intervention out. In, out, we shake it all about. We do the okey dokey and we turn around. So, on the draw, I don't know if we can keep this or not. We have one land. If we get another land, we have Offering and Ramen off. I think we just mulligan, right? This seems much better. Keep this. What do we send back? Pestilence? Pestilence seems like our way to control the game. Drown seems good. It might just be Offering, right? As weird as that seems. We had to go Cat into Lembus into Drown, really. Carrion Feeder is quite annoying because it's... Oh, come on. I wish I had bottomed the Pestilence now, but the chances of drawing another Pestilence are slim when you've only got 3 in your deck. Yep. What, they're taking forever. Probably Drown, right? Could also be Lembus. And leave us with no card draw. Yep. Makes sense. Sure. We'll take 2. One draw. Let's just kill this straight up. And then hopefully they don't have many sack outlets to sort of help with the Drowning Sorrow. That's fine, sure. Drown? Drown's gone. They're not our entire hand, so not to taken. Best Fiend Life. We'll take a Pestilence. Bog you. Attack for 1. You going again? Surely you're not unless you have a way to kill the Pestilence, I guess. Oh dear, what are they gonna do? Nested Shambhala. Attack. Get stamina? No. Okay. Cat. I don't care about the Nested Shambler right now. If they were going to stamina it, I could have drowned in Sorrowed. Mesfiend, what you taking? Oh, so you're not even permanently taking anything. Seems odd. Seems odd. Do this, pass the turn. I don't need to commit this ground just yet. They've used, what, 3 Mesfiends? Yeah, so the chance of... Never mind. Never mind. I was going to say, the chance of them having a 4th is pretty slim. Sure. Gonna hit for 3 here. That's interesting though, because I'm sure we've shown them ramen, right? Which makes this a bad attack. But that's also good for us. Because then if we draw ramen, we're sort of laughing, right? So, I guess I just go land. Defile the Pestilence one. Hopefully they don't have a stamina. Nope. This dies, this comes back, and we play Pestilence, and we just hope that they can't sack the board. We take 2. I think I can wait, right? And just take another 2. So I'll take another 2 here. And draw another card. Yep. Do. Insight. Sure, so we play land and then we'll pass here. Any food sets us off. Any food whatsoever. Gets us Cauldron Familiars in play. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2. Go to the end step. Pauper Pestilence. So that the Link Break is the only thing in play. The token. Assuming that they don't play anything else. Yep. Let's pop this for 1. You get to give me my drown back. You get a mercenary. They can sack this to like a village rights. But that only works if we don't draw anything. Village rights? No. So we can take 1 here, but that's obviously a lot more significantly less than 2. It's half, almost. One would say it is half. So we take 1 down to 8. We are going to have to get to a point where we're going to have to answer this. Give me food, give me fire. Give me that what I desire. Carrion feeder. Okay. Do I wait a turn? No. I'm gonna sack this to this. Okay. Village rights, stamina, rotten reunion, a cauldron familiar. Sure. One, two, three. That puts us to 5. I'm gonna flash it back on the cauldron familiar. Slightly annoying. One, two, three, 4. So I'm on 4, they're at 11. Give me something good. That is not something good. What do I want to do? Do I want to shoot for 2? Put them in a night? Nah, probably not. So that's that gone, but we have a drown. They have a carrion feeder. The carrion feeder is gone, so it's 2 carrion feeders. They have a mortician beetle. They have a mortician beetle. And that is it. Interesting. There's leading a drown. Drown in sorrow. Give me the limbus. Play a bog. Bog your stuff. Cool. And then now we have a limbus gone. Next turn. Plus a eviscerator's insight. We have a cast down here for one of their many creatures, which they don't have. Let's go. We have some life gain here. We don't want another land. We have a Ramen. Ramano, 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 Ramano. Let's see what you got. Ramano. Insight. Do you have another Rotten Reunion? Fanatical Offering, eh? And another Pestilence. I think I'm just gonna kill the thing. 7, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana available. Spare. So I got Sweet Tooth. Give me that food. Give me that cat. Pass the turn. So we have stuff to attack with, which is also important. A Curse Maraudering. Yeah, sure. Village writes that away. You get a draw 2. We sack a cat. Cat is sacked. You know, Rotten Reunion my cat. No, Link Breaker. Okay. Mortician. Yes. So I don't think I commit the... I don't think I commit the insight just yet. What I'm going to do is actually... I guess we cast on this. Yep. Cool. Draw 2. Let's Cauldron from his food. See if they're going to Rotten Reunion my cat. No, they are not. Down 9 to 6. Cast down Fizzles. Ramen, draw a card. Another Sweet Tooth Witch, huh? So if I attack here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, so I attack here for both, and then Pestilence them, and that kills them, right? By slight change? No, it does not then. Not like that. You got stamina. Let's sack this. We drew a Ramen and a land. Okay. Got 3. We will play a Pestilence. And then we will pass the turn. We'll take 1 here if they don't do anything. Carrion Feeder is fine. We will take 1 down to 5. Yes. And the last card in hand. Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like their last cards are right here. I think it's the one of right of consumption. So I have no way around this, do I? Because that puts me at 4, then that puts me back up to 5. Yeah. I think I misplayed attacking. I shouldn't have attacked, I don't think. I just should have played Pestilence and kept up mana. Yep. Because if I activate for 1, right? If I could sacrifice this. Do I have another cat in the bin? I don't, because the exiled the other 2, right? Yeah. That's annoying. Considering how well we played it right there, just at the end was pretty bad. This seems fine. Do 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 do. Play land and pass. Just don't lead on like we don't want them to get big super quick, so please just don't make them big super quick. Sure. Do we play Ramen here or Lembus? It's probably just Ramen, right? It's awkward if they have 4 Mesfiends and Bazillion other stuff. Wait, what? They're just playing 2 Mortician Beetles out. That's super odd. Odd behaviour. I feel like they're worth drowning as well. Ramano, Ramano. Nutrient Block, huh? Yeah, I think I'm happy just drowning these, you know. If they want a supernatural stamina one, that is also fine. I don't particularly care too much. Corrupted Conviction doesn't make the other one survive it, so I am happy with that. To some extent, right? We probably don't want another cat, right? They've already shown them a Rotten Reunion, so I kind of don't want to rely on it too much. I want to use their creatures against them more than anything. And also just put out a plethora of... Yep. This guy likes to find 3 ofs and 4 ofs, that is for certain. Cast down, huh? Let's cast down this guy. This guy's the scary one because it makes this guy bigger and all this sort of stuff. So I'll see if it'd be interesting to see if they sack this guy. They do. Makes this a 2. And then I sack the token 2, make it a 3. Because I've already shown that we've got the file. Yep. Let's play Bog. I think I just take this, right, and play Nutrient Block first. And the reason is because of Rotten Reunion. I don't want to just have 1 food in play before that happens. Shambalambala. We're going to swing for 4. Yes. So let's play Lembus here. Cast down, defile, or a land. Defile is perfect. Let's play a Cauldron. I kind of want them to tap outright because they can sack a creature here to make their Mortician Beetle bigger. Yes. They're going to sack that, I'm assuming. So I'm going to block the 3. Actually, I'll block the 2. 3, 4. No, I'll probably block the 3 here. And then take 3. Now they need 2 sacrifice effects. Cool. This means they need 2 sac effects to make it survive. Which if they've got that, they've got that, you know what I mean? Can't do anything about that one. Defile number 2, huh? Do I just play Pestilence? Probably not, right? I probably just hit the Nutrient Block. Draw me some 3 cards. Ramen. Land. Nice. Play Limbus. I'm fine with the land, I'm fine with another Defile. Land's fine. Okay. Defile's not a bad one against the Shambler, right? Because it removes the squirrels. Sure. I'm assuming they've got a sack effect. Yep. So now they made me reveal my hand. They can basically take the Defile or the Pestilence. And then the other one gets the other one back, if you know what I mean. But here we can Pestilence for 2, which is very important. Means it kills the guys and also all their stuff. But they do get a swing for 3. Tough choice for our opponent. Oh, I don't know what the I feel like the thing into taking, I would say the Pestilence, right? No, the Defile probably. Okay. Attack for 3. Unless they've got stamina. Might have stamina here. No. Okay. Pestilence. End step. Sack all you guys. You lose all the stuff. If guys come back, you lose all your stuff. We're at 8 to 17, huh? So it's Cauldron Familiar, sacking a Limbus. We must have a Rotten Reunion here. So Cauldron Familiar, sacking the Limbus. Can't do it while it's on the stack. So we must have another one. Nope. Comes back. Fizzles. Don't get a guy. Cool. And the main thing from here, we're going to try and map token this. Make this a 2 and then play more food. Try and make this a 2 if we can, hopefully. Tragic slip, huh? So let's sack it. Draw 2. Play a land. Play a Nuitrient Block. Cauldron, Familiar, the Nuitrient Block. You gonna try and Rotten Reunion it? Nope. And then we pass the turn. I don't think I want to try and make it a 2 right now. I just want to chill. There are 2 cards in hand and a Rotten Reunion in the bin. Kill spell, double reunion. Kill spell, reunion. If they've got exactly a tragic slip and a rotten reunion, this could get awkward, but I'll lose my cat, then eventually lose my thing. But if they don't, then this doesn't matter. Cool. And now I have a 3-2 as well. Nice! Sweet Tooth Witch. Yeah, and this should be game right now, basically. Now we don't need to make the cat 2 because we have a 3-2 ourselves. Nice. Play a swamp for our opponent. Nothing. Let's inside the map. Land, Nuitrient Block, and then we're gonna eviscerate his insight probably. We just need to make it so that we're winning on parity here, which then puts us at a tie. We can crack a food, all that sort of stuff if we really wanted to. Let's see what our opponent does anyways. Nothing. GG, our opponent has said, it is over. That it is, opponent. We've got a handful of food. And we get him. Nice. 2-1, baby. See you guys for round number 4. Hey guys, welcome back into round number 4. We are not going to keep this one lander. This we can keep. Bottom the Sweet Tooth Witch, worst card. And unfortunately I have to play this Bog out, but I'm hoping it doesn't end up mattering. This is where we're against Dredge. Black, huh? I wonder what this could be. It's probably a mono black sack, to be fair. It's had a lot of success. Oh, cat. It's had a lot of success recently. Oh, green black. It is actually Dredge. Yeah, it's Dredge. So we want to hold on to this bog. They take. Let's hide the chat. They choose Town Greeter, Swamp. So I think. Let's go to 5 and 2. So we want to do this. Try and find a swamp here. We found a swamp. Nice. And we'll play a cat. We just want to hold off as long as possible on this Bajuka Bog. Yep. Tainted Strike in the main. Good to know. Exhume, huh? Sure. So we have a cast down for that, so that's fine. They have a Lotleth, a Scrapwork mod. Do I hold off? I kind of think I just want to play Lembas, try and find a land, and then play that. Defile. 1 or 2 swamps. So I think I want to bottom this, try and find a swamp. Nice. And then I can either cast down this troll, or I can eviscerate us inside this cat. Either or. Seems fine. I think I don't mind taking the 6. I want to block here. Another cat and a temporal intervention. Dread return targeting a troll, huh? So I'm just getting naturally trolled out here, which isn't the end of the world, right? So I'm going to hold off on the Cauldron Familiar. Nutrient Block, huh? They have 5 cards in hand. So Nutrient Block, sack, temporal, cast down. Yeah, so Nutrient Block, Cauldron Familiar, draw a card, swamp. Lose 1 in game 1. Then let's intervention. Lotleth, exhume, add an element list. So I don't think add an element list really does anything. They have a Lotleth here, a Lotleth there. So these are 3 of the 4 Lotleths. Interesting. So we could also just take exhume. We could just take add an element in this, but I don't think that doesn't. I think I just take either exhume or Lotleth. I'm thinking Lotleth. And we'll cast down this one, and then we'll bog them. So we took what, the Lotleth there? Grotto. Surveil a Mesfiend. Are you going to exhume a Mesfiend? Or are you going to play an Arden? Does nothing. So exhume a Mesfiend, sure. What are you taking? Pestilence, probably? I would imagine a Pestilence here. They take a Lembus. Interesting. Sure. We take 6-8 out of 10. Another intervention. We've used both bogs. They've used an exhume. So I'm going to play this land. I'm going to play this Pestilence. And then I'll play this Cauldron Familiar. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah. Don't want to use this map token here. I kind of don't think so. I think I just kind of want to hold a little bit. So I'm going to take 6 down to 5 here. Yep. Add an element list to get the exhume back. Sure. This is going to be really awkward, right? Because I need to take the Lotleth, but I also need to not die to the exhume. So this should probably give them some... Now, how do I tackle this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're a land away. 5 plus 2 with 4 creatures in the bin. I kind of just need to... I don't know what I need to do here. I need a kill spell. Right. I need a defile here. No. What? So do I have the land? So I just have to take the exhume here. And I need to find an answer for this Lotleth as well. Or just gain enough life out of this. Basically. Scrapwork money's fine. Pitching the giant. Okay. So you are going to attacks. We block here. We say okay. Pestilence. Give me back my Lembus. Pestilence. Pestilence. It's a bit awkward, right? Because of the way this is going to work, right? I'm going to lose my Pestilence here. So it shuffles. This comes back. Trigger. So I do get to kill this, but then I lose my Pestilence. And they have 6 creatures. As if it was the next card down. I don't actually think I want the Pestilence, right? Well, I do, but I also don't at the same time, right? Is more what I'm trying to say. I don't want to land either, but I need to basically try and gain enough life. Found a Dredge return. Oh, just the 4th giant? Really? The 4th giant that soon? Oh, wait, man. I have no way of gaining life here, right? I can gain 3, got 4. This being a card down was very annoying. So, fair. Maybe I was just too thing on the... Like, Intervention was fine there. Witches seems bad. Offering seems bad. Maybe I was just too blasé on the bog. I was like trying to greed out as much as I can, and I basically just took too much damage off the trolls. It was rather annoying. But again, like, this is sort of thing that obviously from building the deck to when I've registered the deck is quite interesting. Like, this was a deck that I built quite early on. So when I now take into consideration the fact that Dredge is so popular. Like, the whole dynamic changes, right? So obviously there's no real graveyard hate in because I don't need graveyard hate. Because the only thing I needed was Macabre for Spy. Well, that's obviously not the case now. I need like Dredge hate, like dedicated Dredge hate. We'll take a land. Insert random 2-drop. Yep. Okie dokie. Sure. Let's attack for 1. See, do we attack for 1? There you get no, because we need our life total higher than theirs. I'm just gonna play a block. Block. Pass. I could have sacked the Lembas to then like intervention, but I kind of don't want to do that. I'm in no rush, right? Rumble. Can't take Tainted Strike. They choose Elementalist, Hidden Grotto, Cycle. You got a Ridgeline, okay. No. Another land. Not ideal, but I'm going to crack the block here to draw a card. In a swamp. An Elementalist. They have Dread Return. Dread Return, Tainted Strike, and an Elementalist. 3 lands. Do I just add an Elementalist here? Yeah. Let's take Elementalist here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. They played Swamp. You know, Dread Return, target something. Dread Return, target Troll. Do we get rid of Scrapwork Mutt? Or add an Elementalist? Cool. They've also shown they've got Exhume as well, which is pretty interesting. You have a Dread Return in the bin. Pestilence, let's go. Sure. Let's just pass the turn. See what they do. They have 4 cards. They have Ridgeline, Forest, Tainted Strike. 3, 5, 6 for an Ent. Sure. Sure thing. I don't need to do anything with Pestilence or anything just yet. Cat, huh? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want to play another cat here, or do I just want to pass? I probably just want to pass, right? Town Greta, sure. Milling over some lot lefts. Choose a Conduit Pylon, play a Conduit Pylon. So you have a Tainted Strike, Wooded Ridgeline, 1 unknown. They keep that card on top. Interesting. Unearth that. So we're going to go yes. And then respond to this trigger. Discard a Sulphurous Mire. To draw that random card, sure. Ooh, a Lembas. Drain for 1. Block. Do I pop this more? I mean, we have to win somehow, right? Stinky, double Dread return. 1 giant, is that? Pop this. Then I'm at 12. Going to 11 here. Draw a land. Don't need another land. A Lembas. Cast down seems reasonable. Do we probably hold this cat, right? Do we let them mill? Yes. I think so, right? Yeah. We have a what's the word I'm for? We have a Fairy Macabre for the Giant Dread return, right? So that doesn't matter. Four cards, huh? Block. Tainted Strike, Wooded Ridgeline, 2 unknowns. One in which they kept on top. Unearth, huh? Yes. Yes. Trigger it. Yep. Rotten Reunion, Bog, Grudge. They play the Ridgeline, sure. What do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's go to end step. This exiles. Pop this for 1 to 10. Pop this for 1. Draw. Ramano. 6, 7, 8. I'll put you to 1. Bottom of that land has actually cost me, right? To kill this turn. Yeah, let's just pass the turn here. See what they try and do. We're in the end step, so sort of okay there. They also have a food, right? So they're not actually dead. But the idea is basically this Fairy Macabre will hold this 1 giant in, and then the Pestilence will hold the Dread returns, sort of thing is the idea. So it's Cauldron Familiars, like this. Let's see if they're going to Rotten Reunion it. I doubt they will, unless they've got another one in hand. Put you to 8. Block. See what to do. Unearth a scrap fragment. You got it. Stinky. Milled over some mesophanes, a bog, another mutt. Exhume. You have 14 creatures. And I think I just discard this, hit what? Rotten Reunion Giant? So I think I first do this, right? So this can't do anything. And then I do this, and I hit Giant. And we just go Stinky. No, just do Giant and Reunion, I think. Force the situation a little. And then we get to bring in a Fairy Macabre. Yeah. But essentially there, what I was trying to do is keep the board clear, block this for days, and then sort of go from there. I don't know if I need 4 interventions, but we'll keep them in. That is for sure. So we're on double bog again, but I don't know how good that is. I think it's still worth a keep, right? It's awkward, right? Because it doesn't stop Exhume. And this is my biggest problem. I just fold to end of turn Troll plus Exhume. Because I don't have one of my 3 Macabres. Or cast downs. I'm just going to swamp Exhume. Okay, Wayfinder. That's a lot better. So they hit the bog. Sure. At least they hit a bog, which is nice for them. Nice for them. Hit a corner for you. Bog them. Pass, no attacks. I could attack right in the block and then the bog my guy. No. Let them just attack for 1 here. Another good 4. Well, it's still worth hitting the bog. Nice. Attacking? If they're attacking, then it's a misplay. 5 cards. Let's Lembus here. We don't need another Pestilence. Swamp. Swamp's actually good for next turn. I am gonna bog. Stops the Stinkweed Imp. Hits a Dread Return. Hits a Rotten Reunion. All good cards to hit. And then I get to go Insight, Intervention, Nutrient Block. Rumble. We're still going. Can't hit the Exhume. Can't hit a Rumble. They take a Town Greer, which makes sense. They play Scrapwork. Do they have a Stinky? They have an Ancient Grudge. Okay. Sure. No attack still. You can get it. I only realistically need a land, right? Yeah. Yeah. So let's go Nutrient Block. Let's go Insight on here. Let's play Temporal Intervention. I think it's giant, right? And the reason I think it's giant is basically I can now try and look at stopping. They drew a Mez Fiend. Sure. That's pretty minging, to be honest. They take the Defile. Odd. Troll Cycle. Got a red land, I'm guessing. Black-red. Black-green. Okay. Oh, I guess I want more green to play Town Greeters and stuff. Okay. You are attacking. Interesting. Let's block the most damage, I guess. Sure. So I'm going to play this anyways, so it was a bit weird to take the Defile, in my opinion, but... Is it worth taking 3 here to stop the double Wayfinder? Unsure about that one. I think I do take 3 though. And then if I can get away with it, I won't do it till end step, but Town Greeter, sure. Sure. I was actually a mistake. I maybe should have cracked that there. I am supposed to pop this here. If the flip over a Dread return, it's pretty bad. Pop this. Put one of these in play. So we have Set Wayfinder, Ancient Grudge, 1 unknown. We have a Ramen. We have a dude in play. And let them surveil. I also maybe should have done Lembas there. Because the Lembas can be Ancient Grudged. Set Wayfinder, makes sense. They milled over a Stinky. They got a Wooded Ridgeline. So they have Ancient Grudge, Wooded Ridgeline. 1 unknown, huh? Don't want to hit a land here. Maybe a Fairy Macabre too. We didn't hit a land. I still think I have to try and hit a land here. Nice. Gives me access to Defile. Lets me keep going, basically. We've now got 2 foods here. Sure. Be interesting to see what they try and do. They're probably going to try and mill as much as they can. Right? With like Scrapwork Mutts and Stinkers. That's a lot of Scrapwork Mutts. Where are the Dread returns at? Our opponent probably kills us here as well if they have a... It's no different, right? Just awkward if they have a Dread return here. In hand, that is. And they only have... This is fine. They discard the Grudge. Play a Grotto, sure. Do they have a Dread return in the bin? No. Doesn't look like it, anyways. No? Okay. So then this resolves. I don't need a pay 2. To move to end step. Let's kill all your stuff. We have used the 2 bogs. Cauldron Familiar. This. Let's return our good old faithful cat. Another cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's attack for 1. They still haven't played the Wooded Ridgeline, so they have Wooded Ridgeline 1 unknown. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the Wooded Ridgeline. 2 unknowns. For our opponent. Big End, sure. Big End. That is fine. Okay. I was gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just literally go spend all our mana, kill the. Spend all our mana, put them at 6, untap. Spend all our mana, put them at dead. Right. Sure. Easy. See you guys for round number 5. Hey guys, welcome back here to round number 5. We cannot keep this. This I think's fine, right? Assume we're not against High Tide. Do we get rid of Pestilence or a Defile? Probably a Defile. There's going to be many matchups where if I get rid of the Pestilence and then it's like, oh, actually, the extra killer creature is not going to be good enough because they go wider. Gardens. Okay. Lembas is a good draw. Insight is a good one to keep off that as well. Attack. Take 1. So let's insight this. Intervention you. You gonna eviscerate his insight or whatever? Draw 2. Sure thing. Let me take a look. Bog, swamp, insight, heat, harvest. I think I just take insight, right? Let them have the mana advantage. Let's F6. They're gonna probably play bog here, and I'm gonna cry. No, they play swamp and play heat harvest. Okay. Okay. I don't need to do this yet, right? Swamp is nice because it means I get to bring out the Cauldron Familiar out from the Lembas here when they bog. Duress. So they have bog, cast down 1 unknown. Sure. Let's just let them duress. They can take the ramen, they can take the pestilence, but they're probably just going to take the insight. Yep. Bog, huh? So I'm going to Cauldron Familiar, this. Use their bog. Thing gets shuffled in. Let's do this. I'm going to cast down. Sure. Ramen. See if they have a defile. Drain 2, drain 2. We do lose 2 interventions or insights, sorry, which is not good. And it makes it really awkward to play this Pestilence. My only thought is I think Heaped Harvest is too good not to run right. That's my main thought right now. So they have Bog, 2 unknowns. Show me what you're working with, even though you're going to insight here. Wait, they're playing Pestilence themselves? They're just playing green-black food. That's interesting. I thought they were just on gardens, to be honest, but makes a lot of sense. This is definitely going to make for an interesting game of Magic then. The Pestilence Mirror. Yep, they're going to hit Insight on the Heaped Harvest. Gives them a massive mana advantage. I feel like they're more favoured, right, than us. Yep. They've got 6 cards in hand. One's a Bog, one's a Pestilence, and then 4 unknowns. Another Heaped Harvest. Oh. Go. Another Swamp. Yep. Ah, they've got a Campfire. That's not good. That's not good. Bog's not awful though. Get rid of this Insight. I actually might play this Pestilence out. No. Again, 2 got 15. Thing Pestilence or Defile Pestilence? Okay. Spell Bomb. So they have Bog, Pestilence, 1 unknown. Cat number 2, huh? I really don't want to play this cat. And the reason is because it'll get bogged down by this spell bomb with the other one. Like, so they can just go Pestilence, pop, spell bomb. Interesting. Fanatical Offering, huh? So I don't hit attacking here. Doing this, they get to pop. That was not a good hit. But again, I'm not going to play this out just to get hit by a spell bomb. They'll probably crack it now though. Oh, they can. Yep. Yep. Are they running creatures? I'm also starting to debate if we're running do you want removal spell or removal spell? You might as well take the file. Sure. Okay. I feel like the cast down's the worst pick there. Not that it matters that much, right? Heritage Recollection, sure. You got it. What a weird list this is. But I do think the Heaped Harvest is a significant upgrade, and the Colony Garden are significant enough. and Wellspring. My God. How have they got space for all these cards? This is so odd. But it's because they know about it. And then I'll crack them up. Nutrient Block. Do you want it into your graveyard? No. I just want any food whatsoever. I'm in no rush, right? They're getting to the point where this campfire's overtaking them. Overtaking their life total. Once they do that, they can... Yep. Yep. I'm trying to yield to end step here. So I've got Campfires, Last Rites, Duresses. Probably to come in. Got no artifact here for this Campfire. Sure. Yep. I think I'd probably best concede, to be honest. Yeah, double Campfire here. I think they're basically pre-boarded for this matchup. Okay. I'm just gonna leave because I need to be conscious of time, right? Because I have to win 3 games. So I don't think we need 4 Cauldron Familiars. I also think 4 cast downs is a lot. I don't mind keeping 3 Defiles in, right? That seems okay. Which doesn't seem great either. Maybe I keep 1 Witching. And we basically just go for the hand ripping out apart, is the idea. So we have a 1-lander with a Campfire, Duress. I think I'm going to keep this. This might end badly. We need 1 land and then we've got something with Cauldron Familiar. They mull to 6. They mull to 5. Ouch. But we're on the play with a Duress. Insight, Lembus. So I'm going to go take the Insight here. Because they still get... We hit the land anyways. Let's go. Let's take the Lembus. Give it 3 lands. What? 1, 2, 3. And then we'll play Cauldron Familiar here. Nice. Whoa! Oh, they're doing Nuitrient Block. Cool. So they have 2 swamps. We hit swamp. This. Back for 1. It's interesting, right? Do I start Fanatical Offering to bury them in card advantage, or did you draw a Heaped Harvest? Well, you've drew incredibly well. Got 1 card in hand, and 1 card is a swamp. So they have the mana advantage. So am I supposed to gain 2? No, I think I'm supposed to keep the card draw coming. Duress. Land. Ramen now, I guess. Don't think it really matters. Insight. Play a land, I've got 1 card in hand. Card drop. Okay. Insight. Sure. Unfortunately, didn't have anything to do anything with that. I couldn't do anything there, right? To stop that, but we have a duress now. 2. Insight this, sure. Cat. As expected. Let's have a cat off. Rot farm bouncing this. I do like the addition of green though for heaped harvest. It is a good one. I do need to start activating this campfire. Start a duress. They've got Colony Garden and... Okay. Lembas. Have I played a land? I have not. So if I find one, I'll keep it. I think with the insight, I don't need to, right? I'm going to try and find a land. Just found an army of cats. Okay. I will take the one if they attack, or when they attack, I should say. Lembas. They're drawn very well off the natural draws. They bottom it. Play a Colony Garden. But obviously they have multi 5. We'll take the one so we don't have to mess around with all sorts of stuff. Let's ramen to try and find a land again. Nutrient Block. Let's play a Cauldron Familiar. No, let's pass. They're going to Insight here. Insight the cat and bring back the cat. They do not. Okay. Super interesting. Heaped Harvest. They've definitely got the mana advantage for sure, but Heaped Harvest will make them do that. Rot Farm as well will help. They've got Colony Garden, Swamp, 3 unknowns. How many duresses, I wonder? Rot Farm, sure. So they've got Colony Garden, Swamp, Colony Garden, 2 unknowns. No attacks. Three foods. Let's sack the cat. Swamp, Swamp. Cauldron Familiar on this. Bring it back. Land, pass. I think the main thing is here, so next turn. Yep. So next turn we're going to play Pestilence, and we're going to hope and pray, basically. Because I can't play... am I going to play Pestilence? I have an Insight in the bin. Yep. Yep. So they have another Colony Garden still. Troublemaker. Yep. Would you target the campfire? I don't think I want to shuffle anything in, right? So this gets exiled. Wellspring. Cool. Sure. I'm going to resolve one of these pestilences. Unless they're going to double duress me. Okay, so I'm not going to return anything. I'm not going to do anything weird. I'm just going to literally play Pestilence. Land. Pestilence. And we have the current life advantage, right? Yep, draw a card. I'm just hoping they use their food like this so that we can basically bog this cat, is the idea. Fanatic Lock from the Wellspring. Sure. Sure thing. They have their own campfire, that's not good. The reason their own campfire is not good is because we don't have oof, because we're not playing green. Yeah, oof. Oof's incoming though, right? Surely. The mana advantage these have is incredible by playing this green. I really like that list though. I really just want to try mono black. Let's. They have 2 foods. Don't want to just play a land and pass. Don't want to just play. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do actually. Should I play land and pass? Getting 2, sure. Currently a 4-point life swing right at the moment. They've got another insight. I'm really intrigued to see what they've cut because they're still running 60. Duress, showing you with. Fine. Well, obviously not running ramens, but they're running heaped harvest instead of ramen, which is fine. Obviously heaped harvest is infinitely better. Pestilence of their own, sure. It's interesting. Bog us, so let's put insight here on this. Ramen. Do we accept the cat loss? I don't think so. They've definitely turned the corner here. So we'll return one of them. Let the bog resolve. I think I'm okay with that. Do I let them all resolve? Yeah, sure. Are they just gonna lose this pestilence then? Is that their idea? They've got too much mana for me to fight with that pestilence battle, right? Interesting. I'm intrigued at why they've threw their pestilence away. It's gone. That's not how that works. Right? Sure. Well, that's pretty minging. I actually thought that... I didn't think that's how that works. I thought if this triggered... I'm unsure on this. How I read that, someone clarify for me, because I've always played it like if this triggers, it dies anyways. And I don't know if that's as intended. Because I always thought that's not how that worked. And if so, that's very interesting. Because if this triggers, that means at the beginning of the end step, there was no creatures on the battlefield for that to trigger. So therefore, it'll be dead. I could be wrong on that. I could very much be wrong on that. But that's how I've always interpreted this card. And how I always thought that worked. But yes. It is all good. It's intervention. So we take this. I actually probably should have bogged, right? I think we're just dead at this point. They haven't got much going on, right? They've literally just got a bunch of lands and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we're just dead here, right? Yes. Then I'll just turn in the corner. So this Nutrient Block is fine. We're just gonna try. All we can really do here, right, is try and draw out of this, but I don't see how. Oh, I don't need to pay 3. I just need to pay 1. Yeah, I'm just done. I think I'm just dead here. I'm just hard dead. I've had 3 lands in hand and a confident and never an active pestilence, so just turning the corner at this point. Yeah, that ruling's really bugged me. More the fact that if that is the way that works, it's very annoyingly unclear how that's worded, in my opinion. Because I'm almost certain that is not how that should work. But again, you guys could tell me. Because it would, to me, it would trigger and it wouldn't check on resolution. It would check on trigger, but it could check on resolution. But then my understanding, if that was the case, it would trigger if you have a creature in play, right? And then check on resolution. So, if this would, my thought is if this would check on resolution, right? It would trigger every single turn without fail. So therefore, this could go on the stack trigger, and then someone could try and kill all your creatures in response to that trigger, and then it checks on resolution. But then that's not how it works. So then that's why I've always thought it's trigger, and then it checks on the trigger. If the trigger's resolved, that trigger's basically saying I am sacrificing this enchantment. But yeah, could be wrong. Interesting if that is the case, because I've played a lot of Pestilence, and I never knew that. That ruling's avoided me. Oh well. So, I didn't hate this black version, right? I didn't really like Temporal Intervention. The more I play it, the worse it gets. This card's just bad. The card just sucks, basically. It's great that it hits anything, right? But the amount of work you have to put in to make it cost 1 is not real. Like, it's not worth it at all. The instant ramen and the being mono black was fine for the mana base side of things, right? But I feel like the upside of Heaped Harvest is just way too good. Sweet Tooth Witch was actually not the worst card in the world as well. I didn't hate it at all. Probably not at the cost of an offering though. And I'd probably change the numbers to support the green of Colony Garden and Heaped Harvest. You get good sideboard cards too. The interesting thing I do like is Temporal Intervention sucks, right? And I will just probably, if I was moving forward, play Duress in the main. Like, being 1 mana all the time is very, very relevant. Not hitting fairies and stuff like that is relevant, but this is not going to be 1 mana very often. Like, this, you can't cast this till turn 3. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, even if you have... Unless the only way you're casting this on turn 2 is if you go Swamp, something irrelevant, it doesn't matter, Swamp, defile their guy, Temporal Intervention, or play Swamp Cauldron, really defile your own guy, Temporal Intervention. Like that sort of thing. Like, that is the sort of lines you're playing. I like Defile, like Cast Down, all sweet. Yeah, I just think the green's too free and Heaped Harvest is just so good. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think about that ruling, if that is the case. Because that is news to me, and I'm genuinely think myself as being gemmed up on the rules, but clearly not. I'm going to look that up now after the recording, which is pretty sweet. I always like learning new things and new interactions. So see you guys next time, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Peace.